This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Maryland Pavilion at Bio International 2017 in San Diego. I have with me Rich Bendis of BioHealth Innovation, a private company. Rich, welcome back to SNNLive.
Thank you, Shelley. It's great to be back for another year.
It's good to have you.
Yeah, thanks.
So let's start out with an overview of the company and we'll go from there.
Sure. BioHealth Innovation is a 5-year-old private-public partnership. Our primary mission in life is to help early-stage entrepreneurs, researchers, and early-stage companies accelerate their technology commercialization and make certain that we have them at a point where they're commercially relevant, both to the marketplace as well as to providing some benefit to patients.
Wow. These small companies need your help so badly. I'm not saying that they might not be great scientists, they might not know how to work their way around the lab, but the combination of everything they need to do as a startup company really needs a good accelerator.
Correct. And we position ourselves as an innovation intermediary, which means we don't have to control everything, but we generally have access to all of the resources and the networks that these entrepreneurs and small businesses need. One of the primary programs we have is entrepreneurs in residence who are very experienced venture capitalists, business development, or entrepreneurs themselves that work with us full-time. And also we have a contract with the National Institute of Health to provide EIRs to them to help scout for commercially relevant science that we might be able to help them commercialize. And in addition to that, we have a couple of incubators in Montgomery County, which is new this year, Shelley, that we've taken over the management of. One of them is a wet lab incubator that has 25 companies in it, and the other at the Germantown Innovation Center, and the other is a plug-and-play life science technology company in Rockville, the Rockville Innovation Center. Between that, we've taken on 48 new early-stage startups that we are supporting, in addition to the portfolio of 60 companies that we've already helped create or work with over the last 5 years.
So, you bring this concept of incubate, accelerate, and I run right to the ramp-up concept. So explain to me how you nurture these companies. I think is the right word to use because it's both financial, it's emotional, it's keeping them in it. So how do you ramp them up?
Well, basically, we look at ourselves as being a virtual venture capital firm because we don't have a fund, Shelley. But what we have is access to all of the resources that a venture capitalist would provide to these emerging companies. So, first of all, we have talented people that can assess whether or not the management talent exists, and if it does not, we will help attract talent to it, or we will supplement with our own talent for people to actually start up a company, run a company until we can get it to the point where it can raise independent money to bring in the full-time staff. In addition, we have analysts on our team that function just like an investment banking analyst or a venture capital analyst to make sure that we assess the market. There is a real market that is scalable and that you can make a profit with this science or technology that is envisioned around this company. If it isn't, we feel that it's important to basically be honest with people, and since resources and management talent is one of the things we provide, we need to make certain that we cut our losses with the time we invest in these early stage companies that don't have real commercial potential.
What kind of pre-IPO do you do with these companies?
Well, from a pre-IPO standpoint, a lot of the things we do is help them with putting their pitches together for the VCs and the investors that they need to do. And as we know, a lot of them focus on the scientific element of their technology. They don't focus on the business side of the technology or the management team, the advisory board, or the scientific advisors they have on their company. So we try to get these companies very market-driven and market-focused rather than laboratory or scientific-driven and focused. The other thing we try to do is the investor community likes to get non-dilutive funding. meaning that you don't have to get additional investors to take equity in that company, which will dilute them. So we help companies access non-dilutive funding at the federal level, which is primarily the Small Business Innovation Research Grant Program, a $2.5 billion annual program. We also help them access non-dilutive funding at the state level, because the state of Maryland has a number of non-dilutive financing programs, and also at Montgomery County has some non-dilutive funding programs at the county level. So we're one of the unique ecosystems in the United States where we have at the state, the county, and the local level tools to help support entrepreneurs finance their business without having to give up equity at every stage.
What's your success batting average?
We're no different than a traditional venture capitalist. And you know what that is. Basically, they look at 100 deals and they'll fund one. And out of the one that they fund, if they have 10 in the portfolio, that they're happy that one out of that 10 becomes a home run or a grand slam. To be honest with you, we have a dual role. One is to help grow the economy and the ecosystem within our region, the BioHealth Capital region. The other is try to make successful companies. So it's hard when you have to have a metric that's nonprofit oriented as well as for-profit oriented to look at the same metrics that would be in the true for-profit world. So I would say our goal is to get companies to be at the stage where they survive, have the ability to grow, recognizing every one of them is not going to be a grand slam or a home run, but they are going to contribute to the ecosystem to make it a much more vibrant biohealth ecosystem in Maryland.
Why Maryland?
Well, Maryland has some of the most unique assets in the United States of the world that cannot be replicated in any other state. Number one, we have the largest research institution in the world for life sciences with the National Institute of Health. 27 research institutes, $3 billion of intramural funding that goes to 27 institutes annually within Maryland. We have the largest research university in the world with Johns Hopkins, and we also have the University System of Maryland with 3 primary research institutions, and when you put all of that together with the other federal labs, we have about $15.5 billion of annual research funding that comes into the state of Maryland, which really can't be replicated in life sciences. In addition to that, we have about 550 bio companies within the state. We really have the major regulatory body in the world with the FDA, and if you want to price a product for Medicare or Medicaid, you have the CMS, which is located in Baltimore, Maryland. So from a pricing standpoint, a regulatory standpoint, a research standpoint, and a commercialization standpoint, we really have all of the elements and assets you need to have a vibrant biohealth ecosystem.
What's your website for the audience?
It's www.biohealthinnovation.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rich Bendis, BioHealth Innovation. It's a private company. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming from the Maryland Pavilion at Bio International 2017 in San Diego. Thanks, Rich.
Thanks, Shelley. It's been great to be on again with you another year.
See you again.
Okay, see you next year.
You got it.